As a woman especially, you grow up hearing about age a lot. Like age is a really, really huge factor because of things like biology. And then in society, kuna pia hiyo pressure ya kumake it, kuomoka, kusettle na kujipanga basically. And when I was 22 years old, I used to think that people who are 28 were pretty much grown up. Because when my mom was my age, she had a house in a nice environment. She had a nice job. She was married to a man who was taking care of her. She had me. Basically, all the things people think they'll have um, when they're 28 years old, like a home, a car, a family, all these things. And for me, when I think about the things I've been able to achieve at my age with what I've had, including the privileges I've had that even my mom didn't have, I think it's pretty amazing because sometimes I compare myself to my mom and my grandmom just to see like where were they at my age, what kind of progressions had they made with themselves and in their lives, what kind of people were they, because life has a way of imitating itself. I don't know, I feel like I'm very, very much alike my mom and my grandmother. So it's just interesting to see. And when I turned 28 years old, it didn't seem real to me. I don't know. Age doesn't seem very real to me because I still feel the way I felt when I was 17, when I was 16. It's just the same me. The difference is that I'm much more experienced in a lot of things. I'm much more mature. I'm way more confident. I feel hotter. I love myself more. It's just a lot of positives. I mean, carried along with all the trauma that I've had to go through throughout my life. But today, I just want to talk about these changes that I'm able to see at 28, changes that I've actively been going through this year. I've just been 28 for about like 3, 4 months, but I saw women on Twitter talk about how when you're 28, a lot of things start to change. It's like a second puberty. Last year, I didn't get it, I didn't understand, but now I think I can talk about it because I finally reached here and I understand exactly what they were talking about. I also want to talk about breaking up with the great guy. I put great in quotes, but I use great to mean that like you could meet amazing, amazing lovers along your journey of growth and healing. And even they might not be compatible. And that means that you guys will probably not work out with each other, no matter how mature and grown you are, no matter how much you guys want the relationship to work out or how passionate you are about each other. And how to navigate such situations, because I feel like of late I've really been attracting amazing lovers, and I've talked about this on a podcast before. So yeah, it's something I've actively been going through, so I just want to talk about these things, and we'll start with how I feel like I've been changing throughout the years. So my 27th year was a very life-changing year for me because a lot of things happened to me. It's the year that my mom was diagnosed with cancer, and this significantly affected my life. It really changed my outlook on life, my worldview, the way I live my life, the way I see things, the way I treat other people. It just made me understand how fickle life can be and how I need to continue shining as bright as I can by being my extreme authentic self without fear, without holding back, and without holding it for tomorrow, to just live for today. So, some of the changes that I've noticed is that I've really gone through a lot of gains throughout my life. Like, I've mentioned a few, like, I've become a better person in general. I think I'm kinder, I'm more patient. I'm generally, I feel like, in my opinion, if I could assess myself, because I'm always actively trying to be a better person. And so I can say actively that, like, I've been putting in the work, and I can tell the difference between who I was when I was 25 years old and who I am now when I'm 28. Like, I don't react out of emotion fast. I don't get triggered faster. I'm able to be much more understanding. I'm a better listener. And it reflects in all the things that I do in my life. It's reflecting in my relationships, in the kind of people I hang around, even in the way I am with my parents, in my relationship with money, in my relationship with even these lovers that I'm attracting. I'm noticing a significant improvement generally in my life, in all the areas of my life. And as time goes by, I get more confident and more assertive, which means that I end up making better choices overall. And because of this, I've also been able to experience more love, great friends, amazing food, amazing music. My tastes have improved. My experiences have been amazing. My perspective has expanded. I feel like life only gets better, and it's just a choice thing. It's just a decision you make one day for yourself. You decide, yo, I want to really enjoy this life. I want to experience it. I want to be super present for it. And I want to be here when all these things are happening for me, which means my mental health has improved significantly. I remember when I used to be an anxious girl, but now I'm this bold woman who's making huge moves. And sometimes I really shock myself. Even me, when I'm seated and I'm checking out, okay, what have I been able to achieve this week? I'm like, yo, hata siwezi amini ni mimi nimefanya hizo vitu zote, because it has my habit, it has become habit. All these things that were once a dream, all these things that were once entries in my diary, things I used to say I'll do, I'll get onto it. It's things I'm doing right now, and I'm living it, and I'm doing, like, it's my real life. So it's pretty amazing to get to be me in this lifetime. I can say I'm really enjoying who I am, where I'm at with my life. I just feel really good about myself. I feel very proud of all my achievements. And I'm very proud of myself for being able to celebrate myself, for being able to recognize how far I've come in my growth. Like, to be able to look back and see, oh wow, I'm pretty badass. It's really nice. This also means that I'm able to appreciate things more because I'm able to be present and very intentional. I also have very little tolerance for anything that's not for me or anything that doesn't make me happy. I don't really dwell in bad feelings or horrible emotions for too long. I have stronger boundaries now. I know I can spot easier. Like, I'm able to say, yo, I don't like this. I don't need to be here. Or I really love this. I need to give it all my attention and affection. And it feels really good, because I've realized that I don't have to keep healing from things when I keep being intentional about the things I do. An example is my choice to work out consistently. It just means I have better health overall, and that means mental and emotional health as well, which means that I'm consistently, if not always, mostly, I'm happy. And this is a direct consequence of me taking care of myself in real time, being able to take care of my body in real time. So then I can't really have tolerance for anything that does not give me this level of accomplishment and happiness and excitement. And it's a nice feeling. It's a nice place to be at. in life. Because to be honest, I really, really feel like I'm living in my dreams. And I feel like if anyone who listens to this podcast, especially the people who've been here since its inception, they can probably, or if you go back and decide to listen from the beginning, you can tell I started this podcast when I was very distraught and very confused and in a lot of emotional turmoil. But now I'm at a space where even I'm able to see, oh my goodness, I really went through all that. And I documented it. And now I'm at a space where I'm able to say, oh my God, I love my life. I love who I am. I love my body. I love the body I'm in. I love my soul. I love the way I show up for people, the way I treat the people I love. I love my family. I love that everyone I love is happy and healthy, and life is just really, really good. Life has been really, really good for me. And I also really appreciate the fact that my heart is bigger than ever before. And I'm just much more obsessed with myself. I have less fear, like I'm able to throw myself out there more. Yesterday, I was just thinking about how I used to really, really think I was ugly. I talked about this on Jagero's podcast a month ago, where I was talking about how before I started writing and podcasting, I wanted to be a model. Wase walinichocha wakaniambia, uko na the body, why not try modeling? And I started getting my picture taken and stuff, and it was really, really nice. But I also used to get a lot of comments when talking about how ugly I was. And when you're just trying to be yourself and people come at you with negativity, it really, really makes you start kujishuku, and it can affect your self-esteem if you're not that confident. And I started hating my face, and that's what made me learn how to do my makeup. And so I would make sure I did my makeup all the time. I never went anywhere without makeup because I used to feel like my natural face was very ugly and I needed to always be seen with makeup. This really impacted my life. It really changed a lot of things. And I used to use filters all the time because I really, really hated my face. And then I went to school to become a broadcast journalist. And this meant that I was probably going to be in front of the cameras for most part of my career. Which is so funny because how was I going to do this if I hated my face? How? And the first step was to stop going to the shop with makeup on. I had to stop wearing makeup all the time. I needed to go on Instagram or Snapchat. And I also decided to drop the filters. And this made me start embracing my face. I started loving my body, loving myself, loving the way I looked. And now I don't even think I feel like even putting a filter on my face feels very, very weird. And someone might say, because you have smooth skin, so you have the privilege to speak like that. Oh, nini, nini, nini. But this work is much more internal than it is external. It has to start from within. You have to be absolutely in love and obsessed with yourself for you to understand that even things that you see as flaws are just part of who you are. It's how you look like. And you have to start loving yourself like that because that's who you are. Like there's no there's no rewinding this life stuff. There's no take two. It's now. It's like do or die right now. It's like live for today. You can't really wait for tomorrow. You can't say, I'll wear my favorite perfume tomorrow or I'll wear my good clothes on Sunday. You just have to do it today. There's no other. You have to make it your habit now so that you can enjoy your life with the things you consider luxury every day. It's not a thing that comes one day when you make money or one day when you get married or one day when you fall in love or one day when you have a baby. It's something you have to do right now, every day, so that the feeling is consistently within. So I've also become the kind of person who's willing to take bigger risks if it means that it will improve my life in general. And I'm also willing to walk away easier from the things that do not align with my beliefs, things that I do not feel comfortable around. I'm able to have more and to show more passion and grace and forgiveness. And this makes me happy because when you grow up in a lot of emotional chaos, it's very difficult to regulate how you react to things, especially emotionally. So, to become the kind of adult who listens and is willing to be understanding, it's such a great achievement for me. I didn't always know how to do this. I also really don't take things personally and I just live my life and I appreciate everything. I'm consistently grateful for all the things that I go through, whether they're good or bad, because I have an understanding that things happen exactly the way they're supposed to happen. Nothing happens in this universe that is to destroy me. Everything happens for my good. So even if I'm having a bad day, there's probably a silver lining to it. And it's because of perspective. A lot of my friends tell me that I'm delusionally optimistic. And I try to explain that if I wasn't like this, then I would probably crash. I have to stay delusional. I have to always be excited about life because I've been depressed before. I know how it feels to be down and out. I know how it feels to just be like destroyed and heartbroken and really, really down. And that's not a feeling I ever want to go back to. I promised myself that anytime I felt myself dragging down into depression, I'm always going to deliberately take myself out. I don't want to sink as far as I have before, and I don't want to dwell in feelings that destroy my heart or make my mind hurt or go through negative things. So that's a lot about my mentality and just my view of life and my emotions. And I've also noticed that my body has been changing, and I mean physically. I was watching one of the interviews I did a while back, and I'm trying to think like my face looks different, like my the area around my mouth. And it's very, very interesting to watch because I can notice I'm turning into a grown woman. I'm not a young girl anymore. Like I'm not a teenager anymore. And it's so I don't know. I think that's why I keep referring to my mom and my grandma. We call grandma Kuhu, where I come from. So looking at pictures even of my Kuhu when she was my age and my mom when she was my age, and I see a lot of me in them, even in the way they wear, in the way they dress. Well, I think it's because my mom buys a lot of my clothes, but it's just really, really interesting to see. It's really beautiful to see from who I come from that I borrow from them. And I love it. It just makes me fall much more in love with my features. Features that I used to think were ugly before, but now I've become so obsessed with that. I'm so proud to be able to have this opportunity to love myself that I feel like if I kept having self esteem issues and if I kept feeling ugly, maybe I would have never been able to take up a career in television and I would still be hiding somewhere scared to be myself, scared to take up all these beautiful opportunities that I've been able to amass and to be accorded. So that's something I'm also really, really proud of in myself. And I feel like I'm becoming sexier. I feel like my skin is changing. The shape of my body is changing. My breasts, my ass, my everything, my lips, my eyes. I'm morphing into a woman. And it's just something that is I think this is all I've ever wanted all my life. I always wanted to be who I am right now. So watching myself become me, it's just so amazing. It's beautiful. And this whole process is just teaching me patience. It's teaching me that I need to stick the course because in the end, everything I've ever wanted will always come to me because it wants me back. I'm seeing things that used to be my long term goals becoming things that I'm able to achieve. And that's pushing me to even have bigger and higher goals. And I'm realizing that instant gratification is something that will cost you. Like you have to look at the long run, you have to make plans for future you. And something else I really, really love about myself is that because I'm able to be very present, it means I'm able to live life right now. And it means I'm able to do the things I love and all the things I want and all the things I think about always the way I please and the way I feel best and the way I want. And this makes future me so grateful. So I live in less anxiety because I'm very self disciplined now. I do things the way I'm supposed to do them. Everything gets done in time. And future me is always just so grateful for past me. It's like I'm in this timeline where I'm really, really enjoying my whole life. It also means that I'm able to enjoy my relationships with my family, with my friends, with everybody in my life. I'm also really enjoying my relationship with my money. I mean, sometimes kuna anxieties along the way, and even despite all these wins, it doesn't mean that I don't go through bad days. It doesn't mean that I don't go through loss or traumatic things. I go through all these things. It's just that I'm able to see the good things that I'm able to be grateful for more and focus on them instead of amplifying the things I don't like or sticking around the people who don't love me or being in spaces I'm not wanted or being sad about things that rejected me. It's just the kind of patience I have now makes me understand that rejection is just redirection. It's just about perspective. It's about me always seeing the brighter side of things and being able to be grateful and happy about everything that I have. So hiyo ni kwa society na physically. Other changes able I've been able to notice is my sexuality. Like I'm able to be much more bold in my sexuality. I trust my judgment. I trust my to speak up for myself, to advocate for myself. It's been something that I've been trying to learn for so many years. But now that I'm able to be a confident person in general, it also means that in sex, I just I'm able to enjoy sex way better. And where the sex drive keeps increasing, I don't know if people talk about it enough, but I think it's something we need to talk about as women. As a woman, my sex drive is consistently off the charts. I think about sex all the time. I'm always wanting sex. I don't know if it's because I'm not having sex, but it just the need has become stronger. Ovulation has become so difficult. It's like controlling myself when I want sex is so hard. It's so hard. Thank goodness for my toys because I'm really it's a struggle. It's like you'll be going through the things of adulthood of you're trying to make money to make sure you've paid the bills. You're trying to keep up with being socially available. You're trying to keep up with self, but you're also trying to make sure your inner sexual hunger does not finish you from the inside out. It's a very interesting experience. It's like I need more sex, but because I'm smarter and I'm not able to be manipulated easier, I'm not having the sex. I don't know if it makes sense because my conditions for sex, my standards for sex are much higher now. So, because the kind of sex I want to experience has to be top notch, it has to be of quality. And if I can't get that, then I'm willing to forego the sex. If I can't get sex that fulfills me and makes me happy, makes me love myself, makes me feel better, not hizo sex za anxiety, za kuwa scared, za sijui kuwa stressed. Sex tu poa. So that's something that I've also noticed. But I'm happy with the changes because the more I'm growing, the more I'm able to master my emotions, the more I'm able to regulate my thoughts and emotions. I've realized my anxieties have gone really, really down. I'm able to catch myself before I fall into like a funk, like depression, and I move on faster. I'm able to sit in my feelings and feel them, thus releasing them faster. So, this whole experience is just so beautiful, and I wish this for everyone who listens to my podcast. My whole aim is for everyone to understand that growth and healing is a journey, and you just have to decide to start. It's not something that's set apart for a certain type of people. It's something anyone can do, whether you're broke, whether you're sad. If you go back and listen to my episodes, you'll see me coming from an abusive environment, going all the way to being broke, going all the way to moving out to my first apartment, living on the mattress and having nothing. I didn't even have my family, all the way now to where I've repaired all my relationships with my family. I've I've furnished my house. I have a cozy home. I have amazing friends. I'm able to keep afloat financially. I'm dating amazing people. Yani, my life did a whole 180. And it's an amazing experience. It's such a beautiful growth. So now let me tell you about these amazing guys that I've been dating. I talked about it on a podcast, where I find them, where we find each other. And now I want to talk about breaking up and letting them go, because I'm at a spot in my life where I've been attracting really, like I said, I've been attracting really, really amazing people overall, in friendships and in romantic situations as well. But before I got here, this used to be a dream. I used to say, we nilini nitadate tu mtu mwenye anionyeshi character development. Because there's a time I used to date like real scumbags of the earth. But with all this growth, I've been attracting really, really, like I've been able to be around really amazing people, not just date them, but just be around them in general. And now that I'm here, I'm starting to see, oh, there's another level, that like there's a different level. Once you master the level for meeting amazing people, there's a level where you might meet the best kind of person, but you guys might still not be compatible for each other. And that's okay. It doesn't mean that they are horrible or you are horrible. It just means that you reach a certain level of growth where you're able to understand that compatibility is also very, very important. And you have to have that sort of attraction towards each other. It goes beyond the basic level of attraction. It's much more about, am I able to tolerate one, two, three? Like, you could have an amazing guy, but he snores so loud. Is that something you're willing to live through forever? If you guys are going to share a bedroom, that's just a silly example, but it's something that could be a real issue in a relationship. Or they could have halitosis, and maybe it's not something that can be helped. Are you still gonna love them forever? Like, are you not, by forever I don't mean necessarily to death. I just mean, are you able to tolerate and compromise and listen and be kinder? Because in as much as we're all on this healing journey, we've also been through a lot of things in life that have been traumatizing. For instance, I've dated someone who was such an amazing guy. Such an amazing guy. He was straight 10 out of 10. But he had issues with communication, and not necessarily it how do I explain it? Like, they weren't really able to express themselves emotionally. And I completely understand where that came from and their trauma and all this. And I understand that such people need immense grace. They need much more patience and understanding. They need for you to show them that you're able to be there for them and to just hear them out without judgment. And it's really difficult if you're the kind of person who takes things personally. Especially, it's really difficult to sit and stay and listen while they are battling all these internal things. And they could be such an amazing partner. They could be present for you in every other way except in how they open up about themselves, or things that are non-negotiable. It could be so small, but it could be very difficult. There's another guy I dated, and he worshipped me. Basically, he was perfect. And I think I manifested him verbatim, because I wrote the kind of man I was trying to attract, and I linked up with him the exact next day. And he was perfect. He's perfect. Like, yani, I don't even know what to say. He feeds me, he washes me, he was very present emotionally. We talk about everything, we share everything, very present emotionally. Yani, it was now me who had issues with the emotions because I found someone who's better than me at communicating. And still, we were not compatible because I'm the one who needed to do the growing up and catch up. And I was the one who was hurting them because this was a different level now of I had to unlock this new level of learning how to be a better communicator. And I was struggling at the time, but I couldn't keep hurting them. I had to be honest and say, I'm not at this level right now. And I want to grow, but like I'm not able to grow at the pace that you maybe expect me to. So how about we break things off? And it was painful. It's not an easy breakup. It's not like I don't like you anymore. I don't want you anymore. The attraction is still there. The love is still there. But it's just maybe I need more time. And just that, being able to communicate with each other, being able to tell the other person, hey, I'm not able to be patient with you while you're working through this. It hurts. It's painful. There's someone else I feel like I was madly in love with, and I just felt like they used to let me down a lot. But, walking away from such relationships is essential because if you don't, and I don't mean walking away at abandoning them and leaving them alone because these people, I still very much talk to them and I still very much care about them and I still very much love them. It's just growth is very different. Like it's not linear. It could take you anywhere. It could take you in different directions. And it reaches a part you have to be able to say, I'm going to go left and you're gonna go right. I still love you, but like I don't wanna go left with you. So that it hurts, but it's part of life. It's something that I'm learning. It's a stage you have to go through at some point. Because my happiness comes first right now, it's a big priority for me to make sure that I always feel love and I always give love. And this helps me notice everything because I'm always really, really present in my life. I'm very intentional about everything. It reflects across my whole life. And I can say confidently, I am the happiest and most content I have ever been ever since I was born. I'm grateful for everything. I'm madly in love with myself. And I just generally really, really love life. In case maybe you are losing hope, thinking, when are good things going to happen for me? They start now. They start now when you decide that they do. So, after listening to this, I hope you're able to reflect on your life and see the things that you can be grateful for and just choose to be grateful for them. I hope this makes you happy. This makes you smile. Until next time, bye bye.